Hey, this is Trevor Strnad from the Black Dahlia Murder here, and you're listening to The Faction.
How you been, man?
Good, man. Just laying low. Obviously, I think by default everybody is laying low right now. But just trying to keep my head in the game as far as getting the new record out. Well, at least I have that to be excited about.
Yeah, dude. I've been cranking the last couple of days, and it's awesome. So for those playing at home, Verminous comes out April 17. Man, permanent stank face all the way to work.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear, man.
Do you get that reaction like with it as well? I mean, when you're writing it, you hear those riffs, and you're sitting down, and you're like, yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm sitting there in my underwear in front of the wind processor, just making the stink face. It's exciting. And I get excited to hear new music from them every time. And there's a lot of growth between albums as far as like what they bring forth, and this time the songs were really exciting to hear.
When you guys write, though, do you write all together or do you do it all digitally?
Digitally. We've done it that way for a long time. Since for the Nocturnal album, there was a time when we didn't have a drummer yet, we were like kind of panicking, and we had Bart Williams, Ryan Williams, he just joined the band, and he was like kind of studio savvy, so he taught us how to use Pro Tools, and we began demoing that way. And it really just saw the songs getting fleshed out to a way more like high quality level, so we stuck with it.
And it works, dude. I mean, and you guys have been really consistent with the releases too. I mean, you don't make fans wait 10 years like some other bands. It's like seems every couple of years.
Man. I think that people have a short attention span these days. I think because of like internet culture and like streaming culture, especially, so we find it's like it renews people's excitement to have new albums coming. With a new album comes new touring opportunities, new merch. If we try to have like a strong color that defines each era. This time it's green, obviously.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Will it see a lot of like glow-in-the-dark type merch, being that it's green?
Yeah, we got some glow-in-the-dark records. We got some glow-in-the-dark patches so far. But yeah, we're definitely trying to ramp up the slime level,
I love it. I'm all about glow-in-the-dark stuff. So
yeah, me
I'll
too.
have to throw. I don't know, man. I've got a few. I'm an action figure collector. I don't know about you, man. But when something comes out that's like, the glow-in-the-dark Predator or something like that, I have to have it. So
yeah. I understand, man. For me, it's like my biggest vice in collecting is CDs, but I definitely understand like the appeal of cool packaging and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, you've got the Depths of Drasted edition. Is that what it's called? Did I say that right?
Yeah, Depths of Drasted. Yeah, it's the D&D module that revolves around some themes from the album, and it has its own exclusive artwork in it. It was made by Dungeon Punks. They wrote it, and this guy Nerdgore, he illustrated it. So yeah, that's been really grabbing a lot of people's attention, and there's definitely a big crossover in death metal people and role playing. Role playing was pretty much what led me down the pipes to finding metal in the first place. Like I kind of like saw some similarities in the themes and the artwork, so I got really curious about metal, and it all spans from rolling the dice as a kid.
Do you still partake?
No, only with video games. I haven't like played a tabletop role-playing game in about 20 years now, actually. But this has got me itching to get back into it. I think there would be a certain learning curve to kind of pick back up at 5th edition, because I dropped out around 2nd edition, and a lot of it has changed since then. It's been like kind of wowified in a way, it looks like to me, but also like it's changed hands from TSR to Wizards of the Coast, so I expect that there'll be a little bit of a learning curve, but it can't be that hard.
How does it tie into the concept of the album? Like, how did you guys work that out?
It's got like lots of rat creatures, and it's kind of like depicting the dungeon-esque sewer that's on the front of the record within it, and there's like slime that you can touch that will like you roll on it and it'll like change your character for either good or bad with this mutation. There's all kinds of like little metal references kind of tucked in there, that like anybody who the metalhead will be delighted to see, I think. So yeah, man, it came out really awesome. It was very we kind of talked about doing a role playing kit for a long time, but that was just basically the dice and a Dungeon Master screen. But this time, Kareem Peter, he's like our merch guru guy over at Night Shift, and he's like our old tour manager for about 10 years. So in a way, he's kind of like the sixth member of the band. I brought up, doing the dice and stuff again, and he's like, dude, let's take it further and make like a one-off adventure, so
That's sick. That's so good.
yeah, it's definitely been like getting a lot of buzz and getting a lot of press, which is great. It's really hard to sell physical copies of music anymore, it feels like.
Yeah.
So you need some incentive for people. You have to be pretty damn creative to come up with something that will like cause a stir like this. So between the role-playing module and the slime-filled vinyls that we did, those sold out in about 2 seconds. There was only like 50 available to the public, which I know is like kind of a dick move, you know what I mean? But they were so labor intensive to make and so very expensive to make too, that we knew only a few, dedicated psychos were going to pick them up. And really it was just about, creating a kind of excitement for the record. People saw that slime-filled vinyl and were like, wow, this is really cool, So, yeah, we definitely hit the nail on the head this time in terms of making a good pre-order incentives to get people, buying the record. And so far, the pre-sales are very good, which is exciting.
Did you get one? Did you both get a slime?
I haven't seen it in person with my own human eyes yet, but I believe we have one waiting for us somewhere.
That's awesome. Something I was actually thinking about, because your album covers seem to be like from Nocturnal onwards seem to have like the running themes of the brutal ruins and the grim landscapes and the doom, all the good stuff. I don't know how you'd even begin to do it, but have you guys ever thought of like a VR experience for your album covers, where you could go in and visually see everything with shit popping out of the walls and stuff? That'd be kind of cool.
No, I never thought of that. That would be pretty intense, man. I think there might be onto something here. That would be very, very cool.
Yeah, like you can listen to the album. Because I remember I had this Soundgarden CD-ROM for Super Unknown. You'd pop it in, and it was slow as fuck, but it took you through the Super Unknown while you were listening to, you know what I mean? So that went for like...
Oh, yeah, for sure. I remember the early, like, CD-ROM multimedia stuff that was on records and stuff. I remember, like, Obituaries Back to the Dead had some content on it. No, like now is like super primitive, but back then it was like, wow.
Then I remember it, But I think that'd be a cool sort of idea. I'd be down for that. Sitting down and going through all the ruins and the brutal demons and shit. That'd be cool.
Yeah, man. I gotta say that's a great idea. Definitely gonna hold on to that one.
That's why I make all the small bucks. Of course, despite everything that is happening this year, it's shaping up to be a great year for heavy shit. I mean, we've got your album, Code Orange just dropped a killer album, New Testament, and New Carcass. That's the one I'm really pumped as well. New Carcass comes up this year. What do you pumped to hear?
Definitely that Carcass record. I really loved the Comeback album. I thought it was great. Defeated Sanity is another big one. I think they're like the absolute best brutal death metal band in the world, and I'm just like totally eager to hear the new one. And that's all I can really think of right now. But it's always like an exciting time in music if you're me, man. Like I'm always getting to the underground and combing all the different labels, and I still get the same rush out of finding new bands that I did when I was a kid,
Man, that's awesome. Of course, you're a great storyteller as well, like lyrically, man. Have you ever thought of like, if you could take one of your songs and have it turned into like a movie or a TV series, would there be one song that you'd be able to draw from in particular?
Yeah, I guess there's all kinds of, there's a lot of like short story type songs that I've done, you know what I mean? So, Death Mass Divine, I think, would be a good one, but it's also kind of influenced by another movie, so I don't know if that would be like a great thing to do or not, But the movie Beyond the Darkness is an old gore movie in which the main character like embalms his girlfriend and stuff. Pretty cool.
Oh man, well, maybe a Netflix series. Imagine that. That'd be cool. You know, whole Black Dahlia. You know, you can host it and stuff.
I mean, as long as someone else has to do the workload and they can just make it from what I wrote in the song, that's fine with me. But yeah, everyone's like trying to nudge me into like writing a short stories or a book or like, I don't know. I just have so much apprehension about that for some reason. Like, I'm a very nervous, anxious person at heart, actually.
Really?
Yeah, oh, for sure, dude, for sure.
Oh man, I don't know, man. You don't show it. I mean, you're very confident in what you do and very good at what you do. So I guess that's why everyone wants to
I
see
feel
all your creative
feel
input.
comfortable in the confines of metal. You know, I feel like that's my world, and that's like where I kind of got my strength in life. You know, like in high school, I was definitely one of those tight-lipped, introverted, kind of crack-slipping people. You know what I mean? So any of my strength is like because of the scene and the band and like the success that we've had, and you know, so like, yeah. It's the concept of branching out for me is kind of it's wild, you know.
Oh, it'd be awesome, man. Whatever you do, it'd be, you know, fans would love it. People love it. So, you know, we're all behind you. So, and especially with this album, man, you've done amazing things, especially with the D&D side of things and it seems like you're in a real good creative space.
Oh, for sure, dude. This lineup is just perfect, man. And, you know, Nightbringers was a great record, and I think that kind of like set a high bar for us. But the new one, just we're more comfortable together than ever, and we're at a real creative high, you know?
Absolutely, dude. And I know it's hard to sort of really pinpoint anything at this point in time with everything that's going on, but I mean, when this all seems to blow over, I mean, are there plans to come back down here and see us?
Yeah, we've actually already been talking about it. I can't reveal who it's with yet, but it'll be very cool. Yeah, you know, we're just getting started on planning to go all over the place, basically. You know, it's the very beginning of the record cycle. You know, the next solid 2 or 3 years will be hitting the ground running pretty much. So I'd definitely love to get back out there. Always have a blast out in Australia. And the scene is sick out there, man. You guys love heavy shit.
We do. And I guess like that's what we're missing at the moment. I think everyone's missing at the moment. Everyone's going to go crazy. So there's going to be, I think there's going to be this build up where everyone's been cooped up for so long that as soon as gigs start happening again, everyone's going to go. Which is
I feel that too.
Good thing.
It's going to renew people's excitement. It's going to, I think people are realizing what they take for granted right now.
Yep.
And we're going to see like a lot of people coming out to shows. So
absolutely, man. So another thing is you probably get hit up for guest vocals a lot. You know, how do you get through all that? How do you pick what you want to do?
You know, I really only do bands that I like. You know, I get a lot of offers and I could make money from it. You know, usually just have them cover the studio time. And it's all about like, you know, helping out smaller bands that I like and that I'm a fan of, or, you know, bands that we've toured with that we're friends with. And, yeah, you know, it's just, you know, trying to be like give back to the scene a little bit and help younger bands out, bands that I like. And, you know, it's just a good look for us, I think, to be like so proactive, you know?
Well, dude, thanks again for hanging out on the show. Verminous is out April 17th through Metal Blade, and I hope you and the boys stay safe over there, and we'll see you soon for some cold ones, hopefully.
Right on. I'd like that, man. Thanks for the kind words and the press. We really appreciate it. Right on. Take care, my friend.